Hong Kong's clothing industry is facing a twofold challenge from both developing and developed countries. Developing countries offer much lower labor and land costs than Hong Kong. Meanwhile, developed countries have their own domestic market and are adopting quick response strategies along with the necessary resources to invest in the latest technology. To compete with these challenges, Hong Kong's clothing industry must improve its productivity with the wider application of industrial engineering techniques. One application of industrial engineering relevant to the labor-intensive clothing industry is workplace engineering. Here are some examples of how workplace engineering works. Conventional method to attach cuff. The front pieces are put on the left side shelf and cuffs on the right side table. After completing the sewing work, the finished parts are put on the right side shelf. Modified method to attach cuff. There is an attached auxiliary table on the left-hand side. This brings the parts to be handled within easy reach of the operator, resulting in only the sleeve being handled, not the whole garment. Conventional method for hem front. The front parts are placed on the left side shelf. Thread chain ends are not to be cut, connecting each finished part together. Modified method for hem front. The area of the left side table is extended. This enables the next part to be picked up during the sewing cycle. Conventional method for top stitch collar. The collars and collar stands are placed on the table and the finished parts on the left side table. Modified method for top stitch collar. A drop box is installed on the left-hand side for storing the finished collars. This enables a simultaneous pickup and disposal and simplifies the disposal. Conventional method for sewing pocket facing. The trouser pocket pieces are placed on the left side shelf and pocket facings on the right side table. Each piece is stitched and placed in the box. Modified method for sewing pocket facing. The left side table area is extended for storing the pocket piece, and a drop box is installed for storing the finished part. This features a simplified disposal and a simultaneous pickup. Conventional method for serge fly. The fly is placed on the left side table. Each finished part is sewn in a continuous chain. Modified method for serge fly. The left side table is raised and a drop box installed for storing the finished parts. This features picking up during the sewing cycle. Conventional method for sewing back pleat. Back parts are placed on the left side shelf and the back yokes on the table, the finished part on the right side of the table. Modified method for sewing back pleat. Position the back part on the moving table with a clamp. The table is moved during sewing. This eliminates picking up the garment and simplifies the disposal. Conventional method for sewing front pleat. Place the trouser front parts on the left side shelf and the finished parts into a box. Modified method for sewing front pleat. Position the trousers in a clamp truck. This truck can be used to carry out all preparatory operations on trousers. This eliminates and simplifies much of the handling involved in pickup and disposal of the garment pieces. Conventional method to attach label. Place the bottom ply of the yokes on the table and put the labels on the right-hand side of the table. Modified method to attach label. Install and use air-operated device to pick up the label. This makes label pickup easier as it is not necessary to separate the label from the stack. Conventional method for thread cutter. Place the pockets on the table. Do not cut the thread end. Each finished part is connected in a chain, and a razor blade is used to cut the pieces apart after sewing. Modified method for thread cutter. Install a thread cutting device. This frees both hands to stack the finished pockets. Conventional method for run stitch pocket flap. Place the cut pieces of the pocket flap on the table. It is not possible to sew fast. Modified method for run stitch pocket flap. Make a plastic template. Sew the pocket flap using the shape of the plastic template. As a guide, this de-skills the operation and improves quality consistency and enables faster sewing. Conventional method to join shoulder. Place front parts and back parts on the table and left side shelf. After sewing, place finished parts on the right side of the table. Modified method to join shoulder. Install an upper shelf and extend the left side table. This brings the pieces closer to the operator and enables simultaneous pickup of the pieces. Conventional method for top stitch cuff. Place the cuff on the right side shelf and put the finished parts on the left side of the table. Modified method for top stitch cuff. The rear side table is extended. A drop box is installed on the left-hand side and L-shaped shelf to the front of the table to store the cut pieces of cuff. This allows the operator to pick up during the sewing cycle. Conventional method to attach bearer. Front pocket pieces are placed on the left side shelf and the front pocket bearers on the right side shelf. The finished parts are placed in a box at the rear of the sewing machine. Modified method to attach bearer. The front pocket pieces are placed on the upper shelf and the drop box installed on the left side. This enables the operator to pick up and dispose simultaneously and simplifies the disposal. Conventional method for collecting product. The operator cuts and collects the finished parts and folds by hand. Modified method for collecting product. A stacker is installed on the back side of the machine. The stacker collects the finished parts automatically and eliminates disposal and folding of the garment. Conventional method for button sewing. Place the workpieces on the right side and pick up separately. Modified method for button sewing. Use the button sewing clamp to hold a bunch of workpieces. This eliminates stacking the completed cuffs and simplifies the pickup. Conventional method for buttonholing. Place the workpiece on the right side table. Pick up separately. Modified method for buttonholing. Use the buttonhole clamp at the front of the machine table to hold a bundle of workpieces. This eliminates stacking the completed cuffs and simplifies the pickup. Another modified method for buttonholing. Two buttonhole machines operate together. This enables the two buttonholes to be sewn simultaneously. Conventional method for ironing. This method can make the operator very tired from picking up and putting down the iron many times during operation. Modified method for ironing. Install weight suspend balance to help reduce fatigue to the operator. This allows for higher performance. Conventional method for garment inspection. Inspector places the shirt on the inspection table for separate inspection, which involves a lot of repositioning. Modified method for garment inspection. Place the shirt on the inspection board. Use the ball to grip the collar so that the shirt is held for inspection. This significantly reduces the handling time and makes the garment easier to inspect. Other modified method for garment inspection. Place the finished product on the inspection stand for 360-degree rotational checking. This significantly reduces the handling time and makes the garment easier to inspect. Conventional method for moving a sewing machine. 2 to 3 workers place the sewing machine on the wooden cart to move to a new location. Modified method for moving a sewing machine. With a machine moving cart, one person can transfer the sewing machine to another location. Other modified method for moving a sewing machine. Install casters on the sewing machine in the fixed position for sewing. When moving the machine, only one person is required. Hong Kong's clothing industry deals with a large variety of products. The 22 operations selected here for method study are those most commonly found in production. The main objective of this project is to generate interest of clothing factories to apply workplace engineering in their sewing room and also to provide feedback for further improvement. Factories wishing to apply workplace engineering should contact CITA and HKPC. They will be pleased to offer technical assistance pertaining to your product line and special requirements.